Jerry, what time is it?
I'll tell you what time it is. It's time to start our show and our episode for this week of Father Knows Something.
You look like you're up to bat.
I'm just traveling, man. I'm just traveling.
This is crazy. Whoa.
Where are you off to?
I'm off to...
Okay, I feel like that's going to come off and hit me.
Morocco?
This could be the way to Morocco. We're off on the road. No, we got to be... We're off on a plane to Morocco. That's the way my propeller just kind of hangs on just like this, too. It could just leave anytime.
Again, this is all the more reason to not fly your plane.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, I'm really excited. I haven't been on for a minute. It's going to be fun.
What do you see here?
You have some socks.
Where did they come from?
They came from our friend Zorian in Miami.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, really nice. She was so sweet. She got each of us little presents. She actually got me a Nicolas Cage coloring book. Alejandra, a little like tumbler keychain. Lauren got something. Justin got something. So it was so sweet. Sweet.
What do my socks say?
Shut
Here,
the
guys.
duck.
Shut the duck up.
Duck.
Duck.
Yeah, duck.
Yeah.
Quack, 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 quack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we
And,
don't swear on this show.
No.
No.
And what can you tell me about the shirt?
Yeah, you were very
Tour
busy
tee.
getting your tour t-shirt signed by all the friends.
Yes, I had them sign my stuff.
Yeah.
They
Someone signed the moon as me, though.
that was me.
Justin.
You wrote my name on your own shirt?
Was it say Justin?
It does?
Oh, no, we probably had a Justin.
Oh.
I had a Justin there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, our last shows are coming up this week. We're in Denver Wednesday, Salt Lake City, Utah Thursday, Phoenix Friday, all completely sold out. So
I like to know what my face looked like when it happened. I was like,
So we're really excited, but excited for this theme week we've got. Justin really did a good job putting this one together.
Been a long time coming.
Long time.
What is the theme?
Because I've been saving it to have Morgan on.
It is called Roommates.
Really?
Roomies.
I think
Yeah.
we all have some experience in this department.
Yes,
Sure do.
Yes, I'm doing well recovering. I
Yeah.
am.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Story number 1.
Starting right off, my roommate is driving me crazy.
I get it.
Hi, FKS and THT fam. Longtime listener, first time writer. I'll try to keep my issues short. In January, I moved from the USA to London to pursue my master's degree. In one of my classes, I met a really cool girl and we bonded right away. We had the same sense of humor, shared similar values, and we were in the same course, so we were able to get along about that. While I normally share everything about my life, she was the opposite and didn't share too much, but more than enough for us to feel close. Fast forward to 8 months later, and we decided to move in together. She wanted to live closer to her boyfriend, which was an hour away from our university, but I didn't mind because I liked the idea of exploring more of England than just London.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on to the issues.
Issue 1.
I realized very quickly we had different cleaning styles. While I'm a little more OCD than I would like to admit, she is okay with shoving things into the cabinet in random places. She doesn't unload the dishwasher until days later. She makes a lot of comments whenever I make a mistake with the voice of pretend confusion when she's really just being bitchy. She rolls her eyes whenever I say something she doesn't agree with, and overall just makes me feel stupid. Whenever I address something I don't like or would like to change in the household, after our conversation, she slams her door like a kid throwing a tantrum.
What?
I'm not sure what has changed between us. Maybe she feels more comfortable with me to do these things, but I don't like it. Everything just feels so disrespectful.
Yeah.
The most recent thing she has done to tick me off is corrected me when I jokingly said pizza and pasta was a cuisine. Like, what the heck? I'm too old to have another adult babying me and correcting everything that I do. I need help with a way to approach her and let her know I don't like this side of her. I'm not good with talking about my feelings, and I'm scared I'll come off as rude and snobby or as bitchy as her. My friends have all been giving me bad advice like ignore it and play pretend nice, but we'll be living together for a year.
Ugh.
I'm literally having panic attacks just thinking about the fact that I won't be able to find peace in my own home because I feel more like her underappreciated maid more than her friend and roommate.
Hell no.
Please help.
First of all, what is pizza and pasta?
Cuisine, Italian cuisine.
What's cuisine? What's the definition of cuisine?
A style or method of cooking, especially as characteristic of a particular country, region, or establishment. Example, much Venetian cuisine is based on seafood.
Okay, literally, if you look on Google cuisine though, and then you click that picture, it's literally a picture of different world cuisine. Pizza, Italy.
No.
Oh my God, what a pretentious asshole. Okay, well.
I think you got this. You're already on fire.
I'm fired up.
You are. Go.
I really, really think, yes, you need to address it first and foremost, but I think this is a year of you walking on eggshells. I don't think this person is going to change. If there is a way to find someone to sublet your room and move in with her, I would move closer to school. I wouldn't be far away and enjoy London and travel on the weekends with your friends. You know, you take advantage of the cheap flights while you're living in Europe and just don't put up with this. I mean, this is someone who is deeply, deeply immature and insecure and rude, entitled. If someone rolled their eyes at me after every time I spoke to them, that's not respectful at all. That's not what you deserve. You deserve to be met with kindness. You guys were supposed to be friends, and then you move in and all of a sudden you have this switch. What? Did her boyfriend say you were cute or something and now she's going crazy? I don't know, but this is not right. And so, yes, sit down and just say, hey, you know, I'd love to come up with like a roommate contract. I feel like we both could benefit from this. Let's put some ground rules in place, like how long we wait to empty the dishwasher and, you know, who changes the garbage out and who's buying toilet paper. Everything you can think of. Sit down, have the meeting, lay it all out. Okay, if we have an issue with each other, how should we address it? I would like to be met with respect. I'll treat you with respect. You treat me with respect. Let's go from here. If you want to try that before the sublet route, that you got to do it. It's not that hard of a conversation. It feels scary because it feels like confrontation, but it's just basic ground rules. And go from there. If it doesn't work, sublet.
I don't think I have to change that at all.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed.
I mean, I would come up with almost the same story, maybe a syllable or different, but I don't have to go through and repeat it. You really gave them the plan. Have the conversation. Doesn't work. Out you go.
Yeah.
Say good luck to you.
Ugh, crazy.
Well, and your friend's advice is bad advice because the longer you ignore this, the more everything will start to bother you, even things that wouldn't normally bother you. You'll start nitpicking the smallest little things, and those things will start to piss you off. And if you're living in a place that does that to you, I mean, it's going to be the longest year ever, and it's just not worth it because it doesn't have to be that way. So I certainly think you need to address it as your ideal outcome. I find a way to have a mature conversation that is not passive aggressive and keeps the friendship, which the friendship is something to think about here as well.
Yeah.
If we don't address this, you're going to end up losing this friend, A, because you hate them, B, because they hate you.
Yep.
I mean, this stuff will drive you apart.
Yeah.
So if you're hoping to keep the friendship and fix this living situation for the next year, then have the conversation.
Totally agree. And if you guys want to spin my propeller, because I don't have to talk during this first one, you can. You guys nailed it. And I don't have to add anything to it. It was perfect.
Yeah. And everyone has their own styles. I'm guilty of throwing stuff in random cupboards and not emptying the dishwasher right away, but it's the communication. So you have the conversation and set the roommate ground rules.
But the difference is like, sure, that happens. And then I get home and I'll fill the dishwasher, I'll empty the dishwasher. It's not actively pissing me off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dishwasher needs to be emptied. Cool. And I do it because we have a good communicative roommate. I know like we're obviously engaged and they're friends, but when you're roommates, it's all kind of the same. You still have to learn to be roommates with your partner no matter what stage of relationship you're at. Because otherwise that will drive you apart too.
Totally with you.
We were all roommates actually at one point.
We were.
A very brief period of time where
like
I
4 months.
officially was living
It was 4
at
months.
the condo.
Yeah.
You were. But you still left every morning, went back to the boys. So
That's
Everybody
true.
has to go to work.
Yeah.
Okay. We ready for number 2?
number 2, 1, 2. I love my propeller.
I don't. I feel like I'm going to get hit with that thing.
I love it. This is just my favorite little thing.
Okay. Number 2. Let's give you a shot to talk.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. Well, see. Let's just see how it rolls out.
Hi, Jerry, Morgan, and Justin. Longtime listener, first time write-in. You all give the best, unbiased advice, and I really could use it right now.
Wow.
Even if you don't feature this story in an episode, I would greatly appreciate a response.
Well, guess what, baby?
You got both.
You made the episode.
I, 26 female, am getting married in June of 2025.
Congratulations.
My fiance is originally from Mexico, and we currently live in the Midwest. When deciding where to have our wedding, I said we should have it in Mexico because with my family being so close, there will be many more opportunities over the years to be with my family than there will be with his. This is a decision I am comfortable with, even though it means that there will be less of my family at my wedding. I asked my sister to be my matron of honor, my college roommate, and fiance's 3 sisters to be bridesmaids, to which they all happily agreed. My college roommate has had some financial struggles, and I knew that a trip to Mexico would be a big ask. When I asked her to be a bridesmaid, I told her that I didn't want her to say no because of money, and as a gift to her, we would cover any expense she couldn't afford because I wanted nothing more than for her to be by my side on my wedding day. She happily agreed. A few days ago, I reached out, asking her how long she would want to stay because we wanted to get her reservation booked. She responded with dates and seemed very excited about it. This morning, I texted her telling her that the reservation was booked and we paid for the deposit for her stay. She responded while I was at work, saying that she would love nothing more than to be part of my wedding, but cannot afford the hotel and flight expenses. I was very confused because we had agreed that we would cover any expense she couldn't afford. She said she wouldn't be able to pay me the money back, and I told her it was a gift and this is something my fiance and I wanted to do for her. She said she was very touched that we wanted to help her and wanted her to be a part of our wedding, but she can't commit the way she wants to and doesn't feel right accepting the costs, but hopes I can understand. I told her that I'm having a hard time understanding this, and I honestly really am hurt and upset. I can't go to my family for support because they will just say, you chose to have your wedding in Mexico, so you can't be upset. My college roommate is not yet married, so she probably doesn't understand how much it hurts when someone backs out of standing up in your wedding. I've had 2 other friends say no for various reasons as well, so this really hurts. I won't have any of my friends, as in non-relatives of me and my fiance, be by my side as I marry the love of my life. I don't want to force my friend to be there, but I selfishly want her there. I feel like I've lost a friend. What do I say to her? Any advice you have would help.
Well, there's a dynamic that's going on. And if it's her proudness why she can't accept the gift, you've done everything to really try to disarm that. But maybe you have to really let her know that this is so important to you that if there's another reason why she doesn't want to go, if she can please articulate that. Because it's not money, because you're willing to pay for all of it.
Yeah.
That's how important it is for me to have you with me, because I love you so much. I'm willing to whatever it costs to make sure that you don't feel any burden of this, because it was my decision to go to Mexico to do this wedding, and I want you there. And Either she will get over that and she'll go, or she might tell you why she really doesn't want to. Maybe she's afraid that she can't get a passport. Maybe I don't know if she's, where she's from. Maybe she feels that if she leaves, she won't be able to come back. I have no idea these thoughts. None of this may be applicable. Some of it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. There could be something going on with, immigration status. Like I have a friend who is a DACA recipient and she is not allowed to leave the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe your friend is in that boat and just like, it's not something that's ever come up for whatever reason. And so she's unable to go to Mexico.
But I will say this. I understand how important it is that she goes, but she must have a really good ring because she was excited about going.
What flipped?
I wonder if she's dating someone that just like isn't comfortable with her going or something.
There's something, but I wouldn't hold it, don't hold it against her. Let her, try to articulate honestly what it might be and just say whatever it is. I'll be sad that you're not there, but I'm going to stand by you and respect your, what your thoughts are. I love you, period.
Yeah. And I think as much as, and I don't know it fully just from a guy's perspective as much as I would be growing up as a girl and envisioning my wedding day my whole life. So I know it can be really tough when things aren't lining up with that grand plan you've had forever.
It's hurtful.
But it's like you can really make it whatever you want. And if it just becomes a small, little, intimate, awesome celebration of you guys, cool. Why not do one there? Do another one back in the US, wherever you physically truly get married. Does it really matter? Or is it really about having everyone around you celebrating you? So why don't we do some kind of, maybe the ceremony and then the celebrations in Mexico officially?
That's
but
what I
let's
was
go back
thinking.
home and let's have a celebration back home and have all these people be able to come for whatever reason or not that can't get to Mexico.
I think you do both. I think you could do like, even if you want to keep it really small with the friends that can't make it and your family that won't be there, do a courthouse day. You go to the courthouse, you sign the papers, you're legally married in the United States, and then you do some sort of little dinner with everyone after. You rent out a little party room at a hotel or a bowling alley or a restaurant or whatever sounds fun for you guys. And you do a little celebration there. And then you have what you're really envisioning in Mexico. I don't think it'll be a lot. You can do it, where everyone buys their own plate or their own dinner, whatever. But I think having those people, like you're saying you're okay going to Mexico, but like more people are saying they can't go and you are starting to get hurt. So why not have the best of both worlds and just do both? And you get to have your cake and eat it too, in a sense.
Or 2 cakes in this case.
2 cakes, more fun.
That's it.
So that's what I personally would do. Everyone is in a really tough spot right now. People are hurting all over. And maybe there's stuff going on with her she hasn't let on yet. So I would do both and still have your dream wedding in Mexico that you were looking forward to.
I think so.
Yeah. One of this week's partners is Greenlight. As your kids get older, a lot of things about parenting probably get easier, right? Like no more diapers, they're potty trained mostly. But how do you have conversations about money? That's something my parents didn't really do with me. I don't really have the financial literacy that I wish I had. But that is where Greenlight can come in. Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families. Parents can send money to their kids and keep an eye on kids' spending and saving, while kids and teens build money confidence and lifelong financial literacy. With the Greenlight app, your kids are going to learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. There's all of these games that actually teach them in really fun, easy to digest ways, and it's going to set them up for success with their money in the future and help you. Greenlight even has a chore feature. So if you want to join the millions of parents and kids that are learning about money on Greenlight, it's super easy to get started. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/FKS. That's greenlight.com/FKS to try Greenlight today. Greenlight.com/FKS.
We're on number 3.
Number 3. Hi, Morgan, Justin, and Dad. I've only just discovered FKS and THT, but I've been binge watching and love your take on things. I would love to know your opinions of a decision I made a few years ago. I recently found out the consequences of my decision, and I am questioning myself. So long story short, first year of uni, I shared a dorm room with another girl. I was expecting Gilmore Girls and to make a friend for life, but it was soon obvious we were very different people. She liked going out and getting wasted, and I preferred staying in and playing board games. This girl, let's call her Kay, would go out every other night, get really drunk, and bring back a strange guy every time. I'm not slut-shaming, but the issue was that she had a boyfriend. I was also very uncomfortable with her bringing strange guys back to the room, not to mention the noises they would make kept me up. I had a word with her about it, but she denied anything happening. I don't know if she was trying to gaslight me or if she was in denial, or maybe she was so drunk she didn't remember what she did, but she kept doing it and pretending like she wasn't. After this happened a few times, I tried to move rooms, but there wasn't anywhere else available, so I tried to have another conversation with her. This time, I told her I didn't care what she did. All I ask is that she doesn't bring strange men back to the room. This seemed to get through to her, as she started to spend many nights not sleeping in the room, so I assumed she was going to the guy's room. This arrangement worked for a while until her boyfriend and her boyfriend's best friend came to visit. All three of them went out drinking and came back to the room quite late. They were trying to be quiet, but they were being drunk quiet, so they were actually quite loud and woke me up. I pretended to be asleep because I didn't want to engage. The boyfriend went to the loo, and I heard the best friend whisper to my roommate, "Let's get in bed and pretend to be asleep." So they did. The boyfriend came back and saw they were asleep, and because there wasn't any room for him in the bed, he fell asleep on the floor next to them. As soon as he started snoring, the moans and groans started from the bed. I was so mad. Not only were they disrespecting me, but they were actively cheating, and the guy was 2 feet away from them. I wanted to wake the boyfriend up to catch them in the act. However, I chose the coward's way out. I put the pillow over my ears and went back to sleep. I was worried how the drunk boyfriend would react. He was a big guy, and I didn't want to be in the middle, especially since I still had to live another 6 months with this girl. She was also the more popular one of us in the dorms, so if I did anything, I would have undoubtedly been labeled a snitch. I figured the truth would come out eventually, and it wasn't my business. I put up with her for the rest of the year, and I haven't seen or spoken to her since. I haven't even thought about her until the other day when a mutual friend tagged her in a photo of her in a wedding dress. Curiosity got the best of me, and I did a bit of stalking. She did, in fact, marry the boyfriend. And guess who the best man was?
The lover.
The best friend. From the looks of things, the boyfriend doesn't know about their infidelity or her many others, unless he's much more forgiving than he looks. So this has got me thinking, did I do the right thing? Was I selfish not to tell him? Should I have involved myself more? Was I a coward, or was I right for not making it my business?
I think it was absolutely, you were correct to stay far away from all of it. It didn't concern you. It's her life. You guys were just there for school. You're not even really friends. So, that's their business.
This is a crazy one. I don't know if we've ever really had one like this.
I just
while he's on the floor.
Morgan, you're pondering. Do you want to did you really want to rat her out?
Yeah.
Why?
I think he deserves to know. I don't think anyone...
He's right there. He's right there.
I mean, he definitely seems like he's a bit of a pushover in some regard. If I were to walk back into a room after going to the bathroom and my partner was in bed with my best friend, I'd wake their ass up and I would say, "Hey, what are you doing? Get on the floor, buddy. That's not your space." Maybe he's okay. Maybe they have an arrangement. I don't know. But I still think...
Doesn't involve you.
Well, there's so many other people.
There's so many other people. At that time, I think it's too late now. Go on, live your life. It hasn't crossed your mind until you
Right.
saw the picture.
Right.
Whatever, if you want to write an anonymous letter, you can. But I think the time to tell was at the time, maybe not that night, but maybe the next day before he left.
I think,
Maybe after you moved out, you got in contact with him and you knew they were still together. But I just think like we live in a world, I think it's okay to reach out and tell people they're being cheated on. Like I would want to know if Justin had another girlfriend and everyone knew but me, I would want to know.
Don't throw that my way.
You would never. But I'm just saying, I think there is
Well,
a sense of camaraderie to be shared.
that's why we call them opinions.
Everyone's got one.
That's correct. Justin, what's your thoughts?
I just, honestly, I just want to know what would have happened if you had said it right then.
I would have just like kicked my pillow off the bed, let the pillow hit him, like something subtle where it's
that
like,
you could have done.
you're
Or what
like,
if you
you're
just-
sleeping and you roll over and drop something off your bed?
You just start talking, aggressively sleep talking.
Or I like that.
Nightmare!
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea of the can of pop, landing on top of. That's fine.
But that doesn't guarantee, like, if someone has been out drinking, I'm thinking.
It could be
So
really
you all
passed
know
out.
Mike. You guys all know Mike now. So I can tell stories about Mike and we all can,
Yeah, this is great.
put him in character. So Mike came over when I was back home. We took the boat out. We were out hanging out. We went back to my house. I think we went to dinner. And Mike did not drive home that night. He slept at my parents' house because Mike had had a few.
Mm-hmm.
Mike had had a few to the point where, you give him an option. Hey, where do you want to sleep? Like there's couch here, there's this or whatever. So he went all the way down to the basement because it's nice and cool down there.
Mm-hmm.
He was sleeping on the couch. All of a sudden, in the middle of that night, fire alarms are going off in my mom's house. They do this randomly once a year for some reason, only when I'm staying
It's
there.
terrible.
It's very
so
weird.
terrible. They went off 3 times in one night. I thought I was going to lose my
It's
mind.
only when we're there.
Do you
It
have
never?
Do you have gas?
Maybe yes. Like carbon monoxide gas, probably.
I would say
So-
yeah if I was there, but I wasn't there this time with Mike.
But anyway, I go downstairs and Mike's on the couch and he's in like not fetal position, but almost like happy baby or whatever his feet, like his legs are up in the air. He's on his back.
Like the dead
It's kind of
ant?
like a dog when a dog sleeps on their back and their legs don't fully go down.
Oh my God.
It was like that. And the fire alarm is blaring.
And
He's
So-
not moving.
All this to say, I don't know, if you toss a pillow at the guy on the floor, if it's a guy like Mike, he ain't waking up. All right. He's not waking up. So we need a method that's better. We need a better method. Like, why couldn't you have, it's hard because they would have stopped. I'm saying like, get up and go to the bathroom or.
Yeah.
Look, there's water. If you have water by your bed, you throw the
I
glass
mean,
of
water is
water.
a guarantee.
Water's good.
Water, oops.
But what do we think, what do we think they do now? Like this person terrorized them for a year, made life hell. Hearing someone have sex in a dorm room, the same room, couple feet away that much.
Try doing it on the top bunk.
Oh my God, I would have.
I think she should have.
I would have gone insane.
I think she should have had a recording going by and collect the recording, and started doing playbacks.
I know. That's great. But what about now?
Well, here's the thing.
Does she write a letter?
No,
it's over.
Because at the end of the day,
done.
you-
Is it though?
Nobody cares.
She
I
has
would
done
wanna
nothing
know.
wrong. She didn't cheat on anyone. She didn't participate. She's not doing anything
No,
wrong.
this is not on our writer at all.
So
want to make
but
that
it's kind
crystal
of like
clear.
a clear your conscience vibe though, because she's like,
Yeah.
do I need to go in the past and do this?
Nah.
I'd send a letter.
I think
I
you just
would.
look forward because why involve yourself in other people's
I
drama? It's
would-
only going to cause drama for you.
Dude, I'm so petty. I would literally.
But you love drama.
Not really.
And so it's like, ooh, they have drama. All right, I'm going to make it more drama. I'm going to be in it too.
No, that's not what it is at all. I just think as a
Well, you're
decent
justice.
person,
You love justice.
I love justice. He doesn't deserve this. If he's a good guy,
You can never prove it though. That's
It's
the issue.
over. You're out
He-
of it. You're
It's
done.
too far in the
He would
past.
It's
find-
a wrap.
he would find proof. All you have to do is go to your best friend and your wife and
Think
be
the
like,
best friend's
hey,
still doing it?
I know you guys hook up.
Think they're still hooking up?
100%.
He'll figure it out, and there'll be a fight. Someone's going to get their ass kicked.
I don't know, guys. I think she should write an anonymous letter. We can put it to a poll.
Okay, do the poll.
I don't know.
Do the poll about.
We'll see what you guys think.
Crazy one, though.
My sense of justice is just...
Come on, everyone's busy. Let's go on to the next one. That's all. Go on with life. Let it be. It's their problem.
I guess. On to story number 4.
Number 4.
Another one of this week's partners is LinkedIn Talent Solutions. When you're hiring for a small business, you cannot afford to waste any time. And you want the right professional for the job, someone who's going to be reliable, be good at the job, get it done right, and not give you any other reason to stress or worry. Well, LinkedIn Jobs has the right tools to help you find the right professional for your team faster and for free. Finding help any other way is way harder and a lot less reliable. I myself have hired from LinkedIn. It was a great experience. I've also hired off of LinkedIn, and it didn't go well. I got someone who lied about their resume, couldn't do any work, and just gave me a lot of headaches down the line. And LinkedIn isn't just a job board. It actually helps you hire these professionals that you'd be unable to find anywhere else. Even ones that aren't actively searching but might be perfect for your role. 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. So you can hire professionals like a professional at LinkedIn. So post your job for free at linkedin.com/expertise. That's linkedin.com/expertise to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Link is also in the description. Hey, FCast fam. I'm a longtime listener to both podcasts and look forward to them every week. I need some advice about an issue I've been having with my mom for the past year. A little backstory. In October of 2023, I, 26 female, moved back home with my mom, 50 female. She has had a male roommate for around 3 years now. He's an old coworker of hers. When I moved back home, I asked my mom if she would ask her roommate to move out so that I could move back in. She said no. In December 2022, I almost moved back home the first time, but decided not to and moved to a family's property nearby. Back then, my mom offered to let me come back home, and she said she would kick her roommate out then. But now, she refuses and won't give me a reason. The current living situation is my mom gets her master bedroom and bathroom, and the roommate gets my 2 old rooms and bathroom, while I'm stuck with a spare room that has no closet, and I have to use the half bath across the house and then my mom's shower. Whenever I tell my friends about this, they all say my mom is weird for doing this and that she should kick her roommate out ASAP. My family, on the other hand, are siding with my mom and say, quote, she just wants what's best for you. My family would side with my mom no matter what. They think she can do no wrong, and it's infuriating to me because they think I'm always in the wrong no matter what. I've brought up my feelings about this living situation many times, and every time my mom says, quote, I don't want to talk about it, or you know how I feel about that. At this point, I don't know what to think or do. I'm so frustrated and sad to think that my own mother values a stranger's feelings over her own child's. I work full-time and go to school part-time, and the housing market here sucks. Otherwise, I would probably move out. I'm applying in nursing programs in the spring, so I don't know what my working situation will be, and I don't want to move out if I won't be able to afford it in less than a year. How do I get my mom to see that she is damaging our relationship this way? Am I overthinking this? And should I just be happy I have a place to live rent-free? I don't know how much longer I can deal with this and the roommate. Any advice is appreciated. Ideal outcome: for my mom to kick her roommate out so I can move back into my old room and have my own bathroom again. And my relationship with my mom won't be so strained. Additional info: the roommate keeps to himself but has extremely loud alarms that go off every morning at 7:30 a.m., and he doesn't shut them off for up to 30 minutes. I work late at night, and sleep is important to me.
She didn't say if the roommate's paying rent.
That's what I'm curious about.
I guarantee the roommate is paying, a large portion of rent for him
Yeah.
to get 2 rooms, a bath. And I think that, let's put yourself in your mom's place. She kicks out a roommate, gets rid of the income. You move into your room, and all of a sudden you meet a guy and you say, Mom, I'm moving out with Bob. And now she's caught without that roommate, without that income.
Yeah.
So the fact that she says, look, take this extra room. It doesn't cost me anything. It works for you that you have a place to sleep. And if you find something better that you want to go rent, that's okay. Now, could she offer you the ability of saying, if you're going to stay for, guarantee of 2 years and you're going to pay me, $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500, whatever that number is.
Damn, that's expensive.
You have the right of refusal, but that's maybe a discussion that you might want to open so you can really see all the things all the chips that are on the table, why she's making her decision. Got a thought?
I'm stuck on the alarm going off for 30 minutes.
Dude, me getting abruptly woken up in the morning when I don't need to be, it sets me up for such a bad day.
Okay, but even if it's your own alarm, all right? How long can you tolerate your alarm going off for?
Me?
No.
I don't use an alarm.
I would give him the gift of a vibrating mat that connects to an alarm clock and it vibrates your ass awake.
No, but literally what has to be wrong with you for your alarm to go off for 30 minutes?
Sleep apnea.
I don't know.
You think he's sleeping through it? Because I'm picturing, wakey time. I'm going to go brush my teeth and do all this. And he's like motivated by this alarm.
Ew.
I don't know.
Ew.
I'm just picturing like, what the fuck?
Insane.
I think a shock collar. Alarm with shocks.
I would honestly.
That would kick him out of bed.
I would start every single time you wake up from that alarm. You're sitting there awake for 30 minutes. Every time I'd go start banging on the door.
Or just set a bedtime alarm for yourself.
Wake up!
Why don't you set a bedtime alarm that's an air horn every night at about 1 a.m.?
If this is really becoming that much of a problem for her, maybe she just needs to go find another roommate and move out.
Well, I would be curious. Like, there's a lot of questions I have. The big one is he paying rent? Because it sounds like he is, and maybe your mom isn't telling you how much he's paying. Like, maybe if it weren't for him, your mom would lose the house. Maybe he's covering that much of a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. But it would seem odd that he's not paying a decent amount to get 2 rooms and his own bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it is, very reasonable what you said. You could be moving out. You're not going to live there forever. And it is hard to find good roommates and roommates you get along with and live well with and are respectful.
Yep.
So I do see your mom's position of, why would I kick him out if you're potentially leaving in a year? And then what?
I mean, even especially roommates that are coming into your home and that you have to have a level of trust with beyond like, hey, we're going to go get this place together.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It's next level.
So if he's good, I see why she wouldn't want to kick him out. And then the last question, are you paying rent? What are you paying? Could you technically find a place with a roommate? Maybe someone in your nursing program that you pay the same amount and have your own space.
She's not paying any rent currently. She's got free rent.
Yes, I have a place to live rent-free. Yes. So she's not paying rent. She's living rent-free. So,
it's really one or the other, right? We have our pros and cons laid out in front of us. Is nursing school and all this, are you going to be in a way better position to have no rent, but you have to deal with X?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be way better for your studies, your mental health, and just life in general to, work a bit harder and have to pay for that to not deal with X? I mean, it's really, it's your gut decision.
Well, and there is that old saying, beggars can't be choosers, but maybe there's a bit of a compromise where like, hey, I'd love to have one of my old rooms back. Is there any way you could take the spare room I'm in as your second room and I can at least have a room with a closet? But at the same time, if those 2 rooms are next door, you're that much closer to the alarm clock. So
the alarm snore.
Dude, I start banging on the door. Every time you wake up to it, as annoying as it's going to be, I think if you do it for a week straight, he's going to stop. I would make it my mission.
Oy.
Every time that alarm goes off, bam, 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 bam.
I want a video of the alarm. Like, can we take a recording of the sound?
You know what sound I'm envisioning? The traditional like alarm sound. Oh my God.
The one that's like an alarm on a Navy ship.
My blood pressure just went up. I felt it. I felt it.
I did a pretty good reenactment then.
No. I'm mad for you, but you are in a very good position not paying rent, especially going back to school. So maybe have a conversation, some roomy ground rules. Hey, I go to bed late. I'm not sleeping well because of your alarm. Can we come up with a system? And otherwise, bang on the door.
It's nice to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're all adults. You can have that. You can have that conversation.
Let's roll on to number 5.
Number 5.
This is it, number 5.
Another one of this week's partners is Dipsy. Calling all my romance lovers, my audiobook lovers, my lovers of just trying to wind down and relax, practice self-care, have an easy, nice, enjoyable distraction lovers. And that's where Dipsy comes in. Dipsy is a female-founded app for spicy audiobooks and more. There's over 1,000 different spicy audiobooks that were all created by a team of professional writers and top-tier narrators. You're gonna find the voices, the satisfying, soothing, enjoyable to listen to voices with a variety of themes. So if you want those rugged cowboys, you got them. The Scottish sailors, the Fae royalty, god of the underworld, you're gonna find all the characters you love to listen to on Dipsy. And the app makes it so easy to explore. I myself was into a big Game of Thrones vibe, typed it in, and instantly found a story that matched. So if you want to give it a try, for listeners of the show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/FKS. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/FKS. dipsystories.com/FKS.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Here we go. Batter up.
I, 20 female, have been friends with James, 20 male, for 2.5 years. We grew up in the same state, worked at the same place, which is how we met, and coincidentally moved to the same city for school. He is one of my closest friends. Eventually, he introduced me to his significant other. Let's call him Noah, 22 male. They've been dating for the same amount of time that we've been friends. And his roommates, Ava, 20 female, and the other is irrelevant because she has since left and we are all no longer friends with her. I've gotten super close with all of them, with the exception of the roommate that left. And when that roommate left, we decided that I should move in to the empty room. Things were great up until about 2 weeks ago. Ava and I had a friend over and we were in the living room. James decided to sit in the living room and loudly talk on the phone with his friend and play video games on the TV. We were talking in a conversational volume in a common space, and he kept yelling at us to, quote, shut the fuck up and go away. We were going to move as soon as I finished eating when all of a sudden James got up and took the TV, he technically paid for it, and took it to his room. He then yelled at Ava, fuck you, when she asked if he wanted the remote for the TV. I said, quote, whoa, what the fuck is your deal? Are you okay? To which I was told to shut the fuck up. This triggered something in me and I yelled at him to not speak to me that way. I left to go on a walk and he left to stay at a friend's. I cooled off and decided to text him and basically said that no matter how mad we were at each other, I am always here for him and I just want to make sure he's okay. It's important to note that this is out of character for him. He left me on red. The next day, Noah asked him what had happened because he was trying to stay neutral and heard our side the night before and didn't want to make it seem like he didn't care. James told him what happened, and later that day, another problem started. Noah had made plans with Ava and I, but was also supposed to hang out with James at some point. James did not want to hang out with Noah until he was done running our errands with us. He then made it an issue and said Noah chose us over him. This brought up some relationship issues on their end. Since then, James has told me that he considers us only roommates and is no longer my friend. His relationship with Noah is in shambles. And I'm very worried about him because this blow up is so unlike him. I want to be there for him and he's not letting me. He won't even talk to me and said I'm not his friend. I can't seem to let it go. But is it time? Ideal outcome? I want us to be able to work out whatever is going on. I don't even care about getting an apology anymore because I just want my friend back. Additional info: his issues with Ava are not a part of this equation because it is entirely different. He had said that she's the problem and where all of this started. He also said that he didn't have an issue with me. I just got mad and yelled at him, which he didn't seem to think was a big deal. So I'm confused about where we stand right now.
Well, there's something definitely going on with him that's far better than this. This is just the, where the water's running out of the dam. We don't know if he's really having a problem with his boyfriend. And there's other issues going on somewhere that he's just taking out on everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's really what it sounds like. And just got to leave him alone, let him, deal with it for a little bit, and then finally say, are you ready to tell us? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I don't know.
But I would not go challenge him or anything. I just let it heal. Let him get through whatever he's getting through.
Yeah. Honestly, it is so hard to ignore a friend. I'll give you my example. I recently had something come up with a friend of mine, a couple months now, but I didn't even know what it was. And it was kind of like, I just need space to think about this. And I'm like, but I don't know what I did. I really don't know what the issue is. And so, I tried to reach out. I tried to schedule times to get lunch or get dinner or whatever it was. And, it got to the point where I received a message like, I hope you'll respect my space. I just need to figure this out. I need to come to terms with my feelings, or, I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines. And I was like, okay, at a certain point, you just have to give up. Let them have their time. Mm-hmm. And I went, I don't know, a month and a half without really talking to this person. And it was painful. It's so upsetting for me when someone's upset with me and I'm not able to resolve it. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing you can do sometimes. So giving him the space, not continuously poking him, might be the only way through this. And if he's going to be rude to you and not be a good friend and talk to you like you're a piece of shit and tell you, we're just roommates, we're not friends, leave me alone, then leave him alone right now, because you don't deserve that either. I don't know if he's using drugs. I don't know if he's got some undiagnosed mental health issues that maybe are diagnosed and you don't know about. Something is off. I don't know what it is, but I think the only thing you can do is give him space.
Right. I mean, she said it right up front. It's out of character.
Yeah. Something's up.
Yep.
But I just think let him come around. And I mean, the other girl that moved out, maybe she was on to something, because it seems like him and Ava now are at war. And it's, who's the common denominator here? Is it those two? Between the two of them? Is it Ava? Is it James actually? Why did that other person leave that they used to be such good friends with? There's a lot going on here, and it's tough. It is tough.
Give it some time and then go back and say, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might get approached from him, mm-hmm. At which point I would probably try to figure out you and him directly. Was this issue with me? Because you are kind of in this limbo where mm-hmm. you don't know if it was you if you were part of this super, anger, or I think he said you weren't then. So make sure you guys are good and then kind of assess the situation as you go forward. But it's hard, especially when you're living with people and there's all these dynamics going on, because I I really hate having issues with somebody
Mhm.
and it's just out there and you just feel that tension.
Mhm.
It's not something I've ever gotten used to where I can ignore it and just be like, yeah, all these people hate me and I just don't care. Like, yep, they'll come
No.
around, whatever. I've never loved to carry tension with anybody.
I have a really
And so
hard time being on
so-
edge, at odds.
I don't think anyone likes to really let it go too long. You like to get it healed. And
I mean, some people have a
before-
tolerance for it though. It's weird.
I don't know.
But
There's a couple of people that I've gotten angry with or frustrated with, and let me tell you something. I shut down. I have no, as far as I'm concerned, they were total disrespect, and I have no use to allow that. I don't need them in my life, nor do I want them in my life. And I literally, because of their behavior, I pretend they don't exist.
I mean, it's different when you're going to burn the bridge.
Yeah.
If you don't care if the bridge goes down,
Right.
then it doesn't matter. But
Right.
it seems like we're not there yet here. So it's just
These are
find a way
friends.
to live normally
Mhm.
and not let it weigh on you so heavy. I've tried to work on that throughout time, and that really will help because you don't want to compromise, yourself, even if it's as small as you have a bunch of crappy days
Mhm.
because you just can't, whatever. But at some point, if it keeps going on, it's bothering you that much, then I think you could just bring it up again.
Yeah. And most importantly, don't purposely trigger them. Stay out of their way
Yeah.
while they're trying to figure it out too.
I think you could do one last ditch where it's like, hey, do you want to go get dinner and talk about everything that happened? If not, just know I'm here for you. I care about you as a friend. You let me know when you're ready to talk. But until then, I'm going to give you your space.
Good.
Yeah.
You're asking to solve things. You're giving them an option, but at the same time, like you're respecting the space, the boundary, and knowing that you don't deserve to be treated like this because this is crazy. This is unhinged behavior. It's rude for him to come into your common space when you guys have a friend over and you're trying to hang out and he starts yelling at the TV and then yelling at you to shut the fuck up. If there's other instances where he has treated you like this, I know you're saying out of character, but maybe you've brushed it off because it hasn't been this bad. But this is not a friend. Friends don't treat you like this seemingly out of the blue over nothing. So,
And the bottom line is your friends will look at this guy and say, this guy's nuts. He's only embarrassing himself in the behavior.
yeah, it's not healthy. It's not what friends do. Friends don't treat each other like this. So if he has a good reason, give him the grace. But if not, it's not your friend. And it's just your roommate until the lease is up.
So everybody, I'd like to thank you for watching this week's episode of Father Knows Something. And we're going to look for you in, are we doing the backyard? We got
We're
Patreon?
heading over to Patreon. We have more roomy stories and some other juicy ones. We're also, I think, going to mix in one last spooky story for November Patreon. So it's going to be a good time over there. But that's all we got for you.
So we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys so much for being here and hope you're hanging in there.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.